7 years into our secret relationship, award-winning actress Seraphine Winslow draws a truth or dare card during a special episode of a variety show. With a helpless smile, she confesses to the audience, "Actually, I've been in a 7-year relationship. He's incredibly handsome, and he's right here with us today." The internet explodes. The host immediately seizes the moment, urging the reigning best actress to call her partner on stage. My heart pounds so hard I can barely breathe. Seraphine has never told me this is part of the program. For 7 years, I've stood by her side as her manager and watched her climb from an unknown rookie to the most celebrated actress in the industry. She picks up her phone and makes the call. The studio falls silent. Then, a ringtone pierces through the stillness and echoes through the audience. Everyone turns toward the sound, but I'm too stunned to move. My phone isn't the one that's ringing. Seraphine rises from her seat, walks into the audience, and takes a young man's hand. Leading Will Norman onto the stage, she turns to him with a gentle smile. "Don't be nervous, darling." A bitter smile hangs on my lips. Without another glance at the stage, I open the message Dad sent earlier. "Dad, I'd like to meet the woman from the blind date you told me about." I lowered my head and replied to Dad's message. For a brief moment, my fingertips went numb. The screams from the stage were loud enough to bring the roof down. "Oh my gosh, she actually announced it live! And he's been in the audience this whole time." 7 years, ladies and gentlemen, this is the epitome of romance. The spotlight swept across the crowd. The young man was tall and striking, dressed in a crisp white suit. As Seraphine Winslow took his hand and led him onto the stage, the tips of his ears turned red. He was handsome, and an utter stranger to me. The host grinned and teased, "Oh, Seraphine, you've hidden him away too well. 7 years? Come on, introduce him to the crowd." Still holding his hand, Seraphine looked at him with such tenderness that it was almost hurtful to watch. "His name is Will Norman. He's not in the entertainment industry, so he'd rather stay out of the spotlight." The audience erupted into cheers once again. I remained behind the production monitors. A walkie-talkie hung from my shoulder. In my hand was the insulated tumbler she had passed to me before going on stage. The chamomile tea was still warm. Of course, I had just made it for her this morning. From the days Seraphine lived in a tiny apartment barely bigger than a storage room, struggling to pay rent, to landing supporting roles, then leading roles, then winning Best Actress and becoming one of the biggest stars in the industry, it had been 7 long years. I had touched every costume she had worn, every interview she had given, and every contract she had signed. We kissed in underground parking garages. We had hidden inside the car after rap parties, holding each other. During the 7 years I loved her most, I was kept hidden like a secret. Now, beneath the blazing lights, she was holding another man's hand and telling the world that he was her boyfriend. Assistant Kai Miller squeezed through the crowd. His voice was shaky. "Mr. Campton, what the hell is going on?" I didn't answer. I wanted to know the same thing. The host had no intention of letting such a viral moment slip away. "You've been together for 7 years. Has the ring been prepared? Wait, are you proposing tonight?" Seraphine smiled and took a velvet box from her handbag. My vision blurred for a second. The box opened to reveal a bespoke white gold band with a single diamond, dazzling under the studio lights. The audience screamed. The host covered his mouth in disbelief. "Oh my gosh, Seraphine, you sure know how to make a moment." She looked into Will's eyes. Her gaze was as soft as freshly fallen snow. "He's been with me for many years. I owe him a proper place by my side." Something in my chest was carved out. A proper place by her side. Then, what was I? 7 years of our relationship had been hidden underground, never allowed to see daylight. On stage, Seraphine got down on one knee and proposed to Will. His eyes reddened as he nodded hard. "I will." Confetti rained from the ceiling while the studio erupted in cheers and congratulations. My phone vibrated.